You are all welcome to Creative Art Virtual class, and I believe you are all going to enjoy the lesson. The strands for today are visual and performing arts. Under it, we're going to look at international visual and performing artist or artist. That's the substrand, thinking and exploring ideas. Introduction. We're going to look at visual arts. And you see, visual arts implemented in education at school can help students bring out their creativity as well as develop their personality. Visual arts are art forms such as painting, drawing, printmaking, sculpture, architecture, ceramics, and etc. We will find time to discuss all these art forms later. And then visual arts forms are art forms that can be seen and touched. Let's also look at performing arts. Performing art refers to the forms of activity that are performed in front of an audience. And performing arts in education provides students with the opportunity to engage the mind. Through study and performances, students explore and present great themes and ideas. Examples of performing arts forms. We have drama, dance, and I believe you know what all these are. Music, poetry, and etc. So these are some few art forms under performing arts and then visual arts. We move straight to ask, who is a visual artist? And I believe you can answer this question. So, a visual artist is a person who creates visual artworks such as ceramics, drawing, painting, sculpture, printmaking, photography, etc. So a person who does all these works can be called a visual artist. What about performing artist? Who is a performing artist? A performing artist is a person or an entertainer who performs dramatic or musical works for an audience. Yeah, so performing artists will just mount up the stage to perform any dramatic actions for us, for the audience. Some international visual artists. So we're going to talk about some few selected international visual artists briefly. The first one to talk about is Ibrahim Mahama. Ibrahim Mahama. The country of origin of Ibrahim Ibrahim is Ghana. He was born 1987 at Tamale. Training. He attended Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. So that is where he polished up to become an artist. Area of specialization: sculpture and painting. These are the works he does most: sculptural works and then painting works. Title of some works. These are just some few titles of some of his works: Aha, Fumbisi, etc. I think there are more, but I just listed few of them. Exhibition. That's where he normally showcases his artworks. You see, you can't create art forms and keep them in your rooms. You have to showcase your artwork so that people can see what you can also do. So White Cube Showroom, that is where he showcased his artworks. And I believe you want to see this Ibrahim Ibrahim. This is Ibrahim Ibrahim. We move on to also talk about this handsome old man here. Can you guess who this man is? He is E.L. Anchi. E.L. Anchi. I think there is a lot about this man we'll have to discuss. In our next class, we'll go a little deep down into their history and we learn a lot about them. But for today, let's make it brief. Country of origin: Ghana. Born 1944. Training. He also attended Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology to pursue his course in art. His area of specialization is sculpture and installation art. The installation art also talks about sculptural works. And then at appropriate time, we will see some of his artworks for us to get the clear meaning of the installation arts. So this man is a sculptor, E.L. Anchi. Exhibition. So he also showcases his artworks at Royal Ontario Museum, the Newark Museum of Art. So if you go to all these exhibition centers, you will see works of E.L. Anchi. Title of some works. He has a work called The Warrior. The Warrior. Yes, you may ask who this man is. This man you see on your screen is called Pablo Picasso. Pablo Picasso. I don't know whether you've heard of this name before. Country of origin: Spain. So he's from Spain. Born October 25, 1881. So just look at how old this man is. And I don't think he still exists. Yeah, 1881. Wow. Training. He was apprenticed under his grandfather. So that means Pablo Picasso, his grandfather was an artist, and he understudied him to also become artist. That's very great. Area of specialization: painting, sculpture, printmaking, and etc. That means this man you see here can do a lot of visual artworks. So he can do painting works, sculpture works, printmaking, and then etc. There are more others. Title of some works. One of his works is The Weeping Woman. The Weeping Woman. He also has a work called First Communion. First Communion. And then Jonica, etc. We move on. I hope it is clear. Let's move on. Exhibition. He also exhibited his works at the Museum of Modern Art. So if you go to the Museum of Modern Art, you will see Pablo Picasso's artworks there. That's where he showcases his artworks. That is Pablo Picasso. Kara Walker is an American painter. I think the rest of the list here you can also search on them. You log into the internet and then you gather information on them. Kara Walker, she is a painter. Michelangelo Buonarroti is a sculptor. Rebecca Horn, sculptor. We have Vincent van Gogh, a painter. I just love this name. Leonardo da Vinci is also a sculptor and a painter. And then we have William Zingaro. I would just encourage you to use this opportunity to also search on these artists. I think it will help. Try as much as possible to do it. It's very necessary. Search on these artists and gather information, brief history about them, as I've shown you. We'll then move straight to some international performing artists. Whoa! We'll look at this man, Michael Jackson, and I believe you've all heard of this man's name before, Michael Jackson. This man is from America. Born August 29, 1958. 1958. Training. He was trained by Jeffrey Daniel. I think this man, Jeffrey Daniel, is also a musician, and I think you can search on Jeffrey Daniel to see who this man is. It's good to use the internet though, yeah. So I encourage you to use the internet. Area of specialization. He is a singer, songwriter, and a dancer. In fact, he's a very great dancer. He's a very great dancer, and I believe one day we'll watch some of his dancing moves. We'll watch some of his dancing moves. You can also go onto the internet and then search for some of them, watch and learn things from it. Title of some works. Some of his compositions. Dangerous. One is Off the Wall. And then Thriller. etc. Performances. So he performed at many concerts. Yeah, it's uncountable. He performs or he performed at many concerts. This is the man we are talking about, Michael Jackson. Whoa. Can you identify this picture on your screen? So lovely. This man is called Bob Marley. Bob Marley. And I believe you have heard of him before. You've been enjoying some of his reggae tunes. Country of origin, Jamaica. So you can see the rasta on his head. Born February 6, 1945. Training. Bob Marley pursued his education at the Stepney Primary and Junior School or Junior High School located at the St. Anne Parish in Jamaica. So he started the basic education and then continued with his career being a musician. Area of specialization. He is a singer and then a songwriter. I really love most of his songs. Title of some works: No Woman, No Cry. I hope you've enjoyed this music before. No Woman, No Cry. Is This Love? This is another music from Bob Marley. Performances. He performed at many concerts, uncountable. So there's the man. Name of artist: Johann Sebastian Bach. Country of origin: Germany. Born March 31st, 1685. Whoa. 1685. And this man does not exist anymore. Just look at the age. He had a formal education on his career, and he is a musician. Yeah, he is a musician. A classical musician. Area of specialization is composer and musician. So he composes a lot of classical music. So I'm just trying to encourage you also to try to listen to some of these classical music. I know you don't like them though, but try as much to listen to them. Title of some works: Toccata and Fugue in D minor and other classical music. This is the man, Johann Sebastian Bach. Other performing artists, we have Taylor Allison Swift, George Frederick Handel, and our own Kwadwo Anchi. John Elton, Eddie Murphy. I hope you know about Eddie Murphy. He is an actor. I believe you have been watching some of his works. And then Bright Okocha, known as Basket Mouth. You can make researches on these performing artists here. Try to use the internet, gather information on them. which will help you very much. On this note, I'll end the lesson by saying keep safe. Learn, read over the slides again, and learn very hard. There will be exercise on this lesson on our school portal. You go to your dashboard, you access creative arts, and then you click on the exercise to do after you've gone through very well to understand